Hello everybody, my name's Corey the ballerina. Now today I have some really exciting dancing in store for us, but first of all I'd like to introduce you to the Teddy who's our special guest today. Now that special guest has our front row seat and this special guest is Patch. So everybody wave to Patch. Now the reason Patch is our special guest today is because he's going to be taking us through some ballet positions. Now, it's going to be so much fun, but first of all, before we get started, can you guess the colour of today? We'll say it all together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That's right, it's purple. Now, the reason I've chosen purple is because it's actually Patch's favourite colour. And can you guess why it's his favourite colour? They've got something in common, Patch and purple. Let me think. Patch and purple. Can you guess what they have in common? That's right, they both start with P. So I'm going to put Patch back down, and if you want to get your Teddy special guests to watch you do some dancing and some ballet today, you go run and get your favourite toy, and if you already have them by your side, let's count to 10 while you go get them. So you can count with me. Here we go. You ready, Teddies? We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now that we have our Teddy audience ready for us, we're going to learn our very first set of ballet positions. Now, we have 5 very important ballet positions, and they're the steps that we have to learn at the very, very beginning. So I'm going to take you through these 5 positions. And what's that, Patch? What do we start with? That's right, it's first position. So today you've got to copy along with me. So we're standing in our first position, our heels are together, and our feet go into a nice big V. Can you copy along? So that's our first position. Now, our second position. So much like our counting, it goes in order. So our second position is when we stand with our legs a little wider. So our legs are apart and we're standing in our second position. What's after 2? That's right, 3. So our third position. This one gets a little trickier. We come across and our 2 feet stand together and our heel is in line with our back mid-foot. So that's our third position. 1, 2, 3, that's right, 4. So our ballet fourth position, we shift that foot forward and we're going to have a gap in between our legs. And that's our ballet fourth position. Last but not least, our ballet fifth position. It's much like our third, but our front heel wants to be in line with our back toe. And that's our fifth position. So they're our most important 5 ballet positions that we'll ever learn. So we'll go back from the beginning. You ready, Patch? We've got our first position. We've got our second position. We've got our third position, our fourth position, and that's right, our fifth position. Give yourself a clap. Well done. Now, the thing that's really, really cool about all these positions, there's 5 in total, we can also practice something else in these positions. And can you tell me what that is? Yes, Patch, that's right, it's pliés. So our pliés is something that we've learnt before. So if you want to copy me and stand in our first position, put your hands on your hips. The reason we learnt this is because we needed to learn our diamonds. So our diamond is our plie. And then we come back up and we bend and plie and we have our diamond. Now, pliés can be done in all sorts of positions, so we can even practice them out in second. And we know when we do it in second, we plie and we've got our house. Now, it can be really fun to be at home sometimes, so it's fun to show our house. We've got the walls, we've got the roof, and we've got the other wall, and that is our house. And both of these things, our diamonds and our house, are actually called our pliés. Awesome! Now that we've got all those basic steps and positions ready, Patch, can you tell us the next position we're going to practice that's really, really fun? That's right, it's our arabesque. Now, our arabesque is really fun, so you copy me. So you want to stand on one leg and you want to lift the other leg back off the ground. Can you do that? Balancing on one leg, you lift your leg behind you and it's off the ground. And that is our arabesque. Now that is something you might want to do holding on to something because it can be a little bit of a balancing act. So if you hold on to something and you lift your leg to the back, that's your arabesque. Now you can practice this one all around the house. You can step into your arabesque and you can go around your house as if you're walking and practice your arabesque. So it's so much fun. So tonight, show your parents how you can stand on one leg in your arabesque with it going behind you. Patch, I think that has to be one of my favorites. The arabesque is very, very cool. Now that we're standing on one leg, I'd like to teach you the retire. Now this is another one that we do on one leg, and it's another one of our shapes we're going to create. So copy me. We're standing on one leg. We bring the other leg up and the toe touches the other knee. It's a bit hard to balance, but look, it's a triangle. And there we have our retire. Now Patch, is this one of your favorites? I think it might be. He was telling me about it a little earlier. So let's do this one all together. We lift up our leg, our toe touches our knee, and we have our triangle retire. Awesome, guys. So now we can do two very cool steps both on one leg. We've got our arabesque where we're putting that back leg up into the air if you can practice standing on one leg. And then the retire is where we create the triangle. Again, standing on one leg. So these are all really cool things to do on one leg. And the reason that we practice all these things on one leg is so we then can do our pirouettes where we're turning around. So today we're doing our ballet positions, and I really wanted to practice our ballet positions so that we can do our purple pirouettes. So pirouettes are really cool because they're the ones where we spin, spin, spin around, spinning all the way around. And now we can try and practice them on one leg. So we have the retire, and we can do our retire in a turn, turning all the way around. So it's really cool because we can practice our pirouettes all around the house. So much like our arabesques, we can practice turning on one leg. So we can turn around the house. And it's really, really fun because you can do them any way you want to do them. Now, Patch, I think this one has to be my favorite by far. So we're practicing our turns. You can practice doing it on one leg, and it's so much fun. Wow. Now, Patch, you have taught us so much today, but these are all really, really fun things we can do working at home. So let's go back to the beginning and think about all the things we have learned today. Starting from our 5 positions. So, what's our first position? It's first position. So we're standing with our heels together, standing up really nice and tall in our V position. Copy along with me. Next, our second position, Patch. So we go into our second position with our legs out wide. Now our third position. Third position, the heel comes into the middle of the back foot. Fourth position, our feet shift open so they're apart. Last but not least, our fifth position, our feet come together. Now, how did you go with your 5 positions? Give yourself a clap. It's really fun, and they're the first things we like to do. Because then what can we do in those positions? That's right, we can do our pliés. So we stand in our first position and we do our plie. And that's right, it's a diamond. We come back up and the diamond disappears. Now we go into our second position. We do our plie. That's right, it's our house. And then we come up out of our plie and the house disappears. So that's really, really fun. Now that we have those going now, Patch, we're going to do our one leg positions. Now our first one leg position is my favorite. It's the arabesque. So the arabesque, can you do this with me? You might want to hold on to something, is when we stand on one leg. We lift the other leg to the back. So it's a nice balancing arabesque. Now this is one we can do all the way around the house as much as we want. It's really fun. So instead of our walking, we might like to practice our arabesques. So now that we're really good at standing on one leg, we're going to do our retires. And what shape does a retire make? That's right, a triangle. So we're going to stand on one leg and we're going to do our retire and make our triangle. It comes down and the triangle disappears. Let's do it with the other leg. Copy me, standing on one leg, lift the other and make our triangle. Awesome, that is very cool, Patch. Now, why do we do this position? That's right, so we can do our pirouettes. So our pirouettes are a lot like how we spin around like this. The only difference is we do it on one leg. So let's do this one all together. We can do many different sorts of pirouettes, but sometimes we just like to turn around in our living room. I like to do it like this, Patch. There's many different ways, as long as we're spinning on one leg. Now, that's one to practice because it's really, really tricky. Now, you know what time it is, Teddies? It's my favorite time of the day. That's right, it's tutu time. Are you ready for tutu time? I sure am. Here we go. Tutu time, my favorite. Now, I was wondering if Patch, you could come teach everything that we've done today, because today is Patch's day, because it's Purple Day. And why is it Purple Patch Day? Because it's Positions Day. So Patch, why don't you come do all of these with me? Do you want to bring your teddy along, your special teddy, to do everything that we've learnt today together? Okay, so first of all, we're going to do, what's that, Patch? Our first position. So we've got our heels together and our feet are doing our V. Now, what's next? Our second position. So do you want to copy along with me and Patch and your special teddy? That's our second position. Now, our third position, which is where our heel is in the middle of our back foot. And now our fourth position is where we shift it forward and we have a gap between our legs. And last but not least, our fifth position. And that's where our heel is in line with our back toes. So Patch, thank you so much for teaching me all those positions. It's kind of like counting, but for ballet. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that is some fun counting, Patch. I really like that one. Now our position's going to get a little trickier. And this is standing on one leg, and we call it our arabesque. So can you copy me? We're standing on our leg, we're balancing. You ready, Patch? We're going to lift our leg to the back, and that's our ballerina arabesque. Now we can do this one all the way through the house. It's really, really fun. Now, our next thing we're going to do is our retires. So we're standing on one leg and we're going to practice our retires, Patch. So we're here, we're bringing one leg up, we're balancing, and we create our triangle. So that's our retire. So we're getting very, very good at balancing on one leg. Can you balance on one leg, Patch? I don't think so. So we're bringing it up into our triangle. Now, the reason that standing on one leg is super important is because we can do our pirouettes when we stand on one leg. So it's kind of like the turning that we do on two legs, but instead we're going to turn around on one leg. So do you want to try this? It's really tricky. You want to turn around your house on one leg. So try and do your pirouette, your spin on one leg. You can do this anywhere you want. Awesome. Not only have you taught me the cool counting ballet positions today, Patch, all 5 of them, you've taught me how to stand and turn on one leg. Now that's really, really impressive. And these are some very hard ballet steps and positions, so don't be afraid to practice them as much as you can around your house, because it takes a very, very long time to get them. It even took me a while to get them too. Now, I'd like you all to wave to Patch and say thank you very much for teaching us those cool positions. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys, bye.